Right now I will show you 4 simple ways to arrange objects in a circular pattern whether you are using modifiers, curves or manual methods. These are great for creating repeating designs, mechanical parts or just getting creative with layout, and they are all beginner friendly. Alright, let's start with the first option, so I'll press Shift A to add a monkey head to the scene, then I'll press Shift A again and this time add a Bezier circle from the curve menu. As you can see, the monkey head is a bit larger than the curve, so I'll just scale the monkey head down to fit. After that I'll press Ctrl+A and choose Apply Scale just to make sure everything behaves properly when we add modifiers. Now I will add an array modifier to the monkey head. Let's say I want 5 copies, so I'll set the count to 5. Then I will add a curve modifier, and in the modifier settings I will select the Bezier circle as the target object. And just like that, the monkey heads are now arranged in the perfect circle around the curve. If you want to add more monkey heads, go ahead and increase the count in the array modifier. And if they start overlapping, like in my case, just select the original monkey head and scale it down a bit. That way all the copies stay evenly spaced and look uniform. Now, if you notice that your model is facing inward toward the center of the circle, you can fix that easily. Just press Tab to enter edit mode, then press A to select everything, press R, then Z to rotate it by 180 degrees, and now the monkey heads are facing outward just like we want. Let's move on to the second method. Again, I'll start by adding a monkey head to the scene, then I'll press Shift A and add an empty object. I will scale the monkey head down a bit so it fits better, and then press Ctrl+A and choose Apply Scale to make sure everything is clean. Now I will add an array modifier to the monkey head, but this time we are doing things a bit differently. First I will uncheck relative offset and instead I will check object offset. Then in the object offset field I will select our empty. And let's say I want 10 monkey heads, so I will set the count to 10. Now I will select the empty, press G and then X and move it along the X-axis just a little bit to the side. And now if I press R then Z, I can rotate the empty around the Z axis and you will see the monkey head start forming a circular shape. You can also go into edit mode on the monkey head and rotate it there if you want to control which direction each copy is facing. And if you want to make the circle larger, just rotate the empty a bit more or adjust its position, and of course you can always increase the number of objects in the array modifier to complete the circle. Alright, so that was the second method. Now let's take a look at the third way to arrange objects in a circle. I'll start by adding another monkey head, so I'll press Shift A and select monkey. Then I'll press 7 on the numpad to switch to top view and hit Tab to go into edit mode. Now I'll place my 3D cursor somewhere around here. This will be the center point for the spin. After that I will select the spin tool on the left side toolbar. In the tool settings I'll set the axis to Z and then just click and drag to spin the mesh around the 3D cursor. And make sure you do not go all the way to 360 degrees, because if you do, you will end up with 2 monkey heads overlapping at the same position. However, if you do spin to 360 degrees, that's also not a problem. You can just delete one of the overlapping copies afterwards. In my case, I will spin it just short of a full circle, and then I will check Use Duplicates to make sure Blender creates new instances of the mesh. Now you will see the copies appear around the circle, and in the tool settings you can adjust the number of steps to choose how many monkey heads you want in total. And if it feels like there aren't enough, you can either manually increase the angle or just add more steps to fill out the shape. Another cool thing here is that you can tweak the radius here in this options bar, and also tweak X and Y rotation options to give the circle some angle and make it more dynamic. So if you want more control over the shape and spacing, this method gives you a lot of flexibility. And finally, here's the last method I will show you for today. I will start by adding another monkey head like we've done before. Now I'll place the 3D cursor somewhere out in the front of the object, and this will act as the center point for the circular arrangement. And make sure your monkey head is facing outward, so when we rotate it later, it will look away from the center. And to fix this direction, press Tab to enter edit mode, A to select everything, and then rotate it as needed using R, Z and the angle you want. Now let's say we want a circle made up of 10 monkey heads. That means we will need to rotate each copy by 36 degrees, since 360 divided by 10 equals 36. And before rotating, make sure your pivot point is set to 3D cursor. You can find this in the top toolbar, or press the period key and select the 3D cursor. So here's how to do it. With the 3D cursor in place and your original object selected, press Shift D to duplicate and don't left click to confirm it yet. Now while still in the duplicate mode, press R, then Z and type in 36, then hit enter to confirm the rotation. And from there you can just press Shift R repeatedly to repeat the last action, and it will continue placing monkey heads evenly around the circle. After a few repeats, you will see a full circle of 10 monkey heads, each rotated perfectly around the center. If you want to change the radius of the circle, you can move the 3D cursor closer or farther from the original object before starting the duplication. And just remember, when you duplicate with Shift D, do not click to confirm it. Go straight into rotation or it will not work the way you want. And that's it for easy ways to rotate objects in a circle in Blender. Whether you are using modifiers for flexibility or doing it manually for control, all of these methods can save your time and give your scenes a cleaner and more professional look. I hope you found this helpful. Feel free to experiment with different objects, counts and curve shapes to make your layouts more dynamic. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like and I will see you in the next one.